to Deani, who slams it home.
Monica right from the left block, layup good.
Parker drives it through the hole to right. Clint comes around to score. The Cavs win. Pierman dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers. Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
From now on, you will carry my word instead of just a football. From now on, you will use football for my glory.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Clint, Sintim, number 51 on the Virginia football team. We open up our 2008 season with a big game against the USC Trojans. We have those highlights and more, but first, here's your Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
Megan's one of our better players up front at holding the ball. She's a goal scorer. I mean, she can be, but she's also a good setup player. So I think we're going to need her. It was nice to see her get some goals tonight, and I think get some confidence in her.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next. Pierman makes the catch, breaks a tackle, still on his feet into USC territory.
Welcome back to the show. With Southern Cal coming into Scott Stadium on Saturday, we face one of our toughest home openers in history. Let's check out the game stories.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Up, and we are underway here in 2008. He's got two receivers to his right, one to the left. Pierman with him in the backfield. He's going to dump this one off into the flat. Completion. It's going to be taken by Koki's out of bounds.
USC was a big, powerful, fast team.
Johnson. They'll go to Johnson. Johnson tries his way through the middle. He's going to find the opening touchdown. USC is Stephon Johnson. Gets into the end zone and puts the Trojans out in front.
With superior quarterback play today.
Now it's McKnight, the deep man, behind Havili. Straight drop from Sanchez. Drops it off into the flat. Ball going to be caught by McKnight. He weaves his way through traffic and dives into the end zone for another USC touchdown. That one from 10 yards out.
Field position is the key thing in all football games. And when you play a team that's in a league that USC is in, the only chance is to play with advantageous field position. We gave them far too many short fields. for us to play against an offense that obviously was going to be very hard to stop.
Coming after him.
He's going to go out of the shotgun again. A pair of receivers to the right, one left. Got time. Now that time elapses as he is absolutely clobbered at the 10-yard line.
They had a different level of speed from practice, obviously, but I don't think that we were shocked or anything. Some plays were unfortunate, and some plays we just had to pick up the tempo on.
Offset high formation on 4th down and 2. Hazelton, the man in motion. Pitch shot's going to go to McKnight. McKnight moving his way forward. He's going to cut it inside. He's going to the outside. That's going to go to the end zone, and that is C.J. Gable dancing into the end zone from 34 yards out on 4th down.
We knew coming in there we were going to be a talented team. We knew it was going to be hard for us to beat them, and it proved very difficult for us. But give all the credit to them. Their guys made plays when they had to, and we didn't make plays as a unit, so they deserve to win the game the way they did.
He's got 3 receivers to his left. Simpson with him in the backfield. Here comes the blitz from USC. Going to dump this one off. He makes the catch. What a throw. This one to the 44-yard line where it's hauled in by Maurice Covington. In the slot, it's Ogletree. He's going to throw to the far side. The big tight end makes the catch. John Phillips inside the 10-yard line. He was immediately hit. Lawrence going to hand it off in a delayed game to Simpson. Simpson, room to run. He'll try on the outside. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
That was a great drive. I think they were looking in for the pass, and then we handed it off to Michael. He made shake and bake, made some plays. That's what he does. So that was good. It was a good lift.
It was definitely an opportunity. We got some points on the board. We wanted to follow up with some more, but that didn't happen. It sparked us up a little bit, but I mean, they were able to shut that down and continue their offense.
So Virginia starting deep in their own end. Wallach takes a snap out of the shotgun, throws near side. Dangerous pass, but a tremendous catch by Jared Green. The redshirt freshman made a terrific catch on the near sideline.
He made some nice plays today. That was an encouraging thing at that position. What he's starting to do is to use his speed more. You know, he is one of the faster players that we've had here, but if he doesn't have the pedal to the floor all the time, then he doesn't play faster than other guys did. And he's starting to understand the value of his speed and definitely used that on a couple of those plays.
There's a handoff to Pierman. Pierman tries the left side. He's got an opening. Across the 30 to the 35. He's tripped up at the 40-yard line. A big burst of speed.
They had some plays there, but really wouldn't be right from my job down to anybody to say that anybody did well today. Be up to us as a team to decide what we're going to do with our experience, what we experienced here today, and see what we make out of it. Certainly it was very challenging, and we knew it was going to take a lot on our part to be able to pull this off. We could have understood it a little bit differently if we had played better and lost, but to have played as poorly as we played and to have lost is not acceptable.
Cavalier fans, join me, Dave Kane, at Charlottesville Kroger locations for a chance to win football tickets, gift cards, and VIP passes to Kroger's Ultimate Tailgate, November 22nd against Clemson.
He's a powerful running back that punishes opposing tacklers. He's an outstanding student that graduated in 3.5 years. Our very own ordained minister, Cedric Fairman, is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by the Cavalier Team Shop Online, where every purchase benefits the UVA Athletics Academic Affairs Office.
Still on his feet, 35, and Pierman won't go down until he's to the 39-yard line. Pierman busts it, 35, 30, 25, and Pierman to the 20-yard line.
Never die easy. That's my motto that I've sort of taken as a motto from
Walter Payton, one of his books that was written a while back. So I just sort of looked at that as a young kid, and it sort of progressed, and it's sort of become, the way I run. It's just to never die easy, never go down easy, never go down without a fight.
Cedric, may not be a flashy Reggie Bush all the time, but he makes those plays when you need him to. But he carries himself in a way and runs so hard, just like Walter Payton, and punishes people. Just the way with how strong he is and how hard he is, and he never falls backwards. You'll never watch Cedric Bierman fall backwards. He's always falling forward, clawing to get just that extra inch, extra yards, whatever it takes.
I'm just trying to, make that one cut and just get upfield and get as much as I can. Not trying to necessarily, every play's not going to go for a home run. So just looking for, 5, 4 yards. That's a great college football running play, I think.
You'll never see him flip into the end zone or do a flashy end zone dance. He'll take it, he'll drop it, he'll point to the sky, and thanks to God to have blessed him with his abilities. Go right back to the huddle and be ready for the next play.
We are here to acknowledge what Cedric has shared with us and to give him our blessings as he goes forth in the ministry.
And just because you think you're supposed to be a minister doesn't mean, you're supposed to be a minister. It's a divine calling from God. God calls himself. He chooses you for that calling.
Just like the disciples, God gave me a new assignment that would take me from the old to the new. Because when God called me, he said, no longer would I just play football. No longer would I hide amongst the crowd. No longer would I sit back and say nothing. No longer would I seek to be glorified by men. But when Jesus called me, he said, from now on, you will preach my word. From now on, you will carry my word instead of just a football. From now on, you will use football for my glory and not for yours. From now on, you will run for me and not for UVA. From now on, you will seek my kingdom first, and from now on, you will catch men too.
Something that stands out in his first sermon was he gave a sermon on Luke 5 and about how Jesus told his disciples that they would now be catchers of men rather than catchers of fish. Cedric spoke a lot of how he was going to use his talents and use his football abilities to be catchers of men through Christ. And that was something that I think rang true through the whole church.
I feel a great responsibility that I need to be even more focused and be even more prepared in ministry and in football.
He graduated a semester early. He's done everything that you can do in the outreach program. Him and I are both members of that ACE program, where we do athletes in the community through the outreach and education program. And his ability to work with these kids and be such a strong man and such a powerful man, but also be able to lower himself to bring on these kids. And he has one of the best smiles. He's always laughing. He's just, he's a model Cavalier, and has done everything for us, and we really appreciate him, and I've appreciated him as a friend, and he's definitely a great role model for anyone.
Visit the Cavalier Team Shop online at virginiasports.com and take advantage of this week's special offer.
On this week's Cavalier Flashback, we take a look at one of our greatest players in Virginia history, tackle Jim Dabrowski.
Cavalier Flashback is brought to you by the Virginia Lottery. More than $3 billion to K-12 public education since 1999. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. Jim Dombrowski anchored Virginia's offensive line from 1982 to 1985 and finished his brilliant career as UVA's first ever unanimous All-American. A punishing blocker at the line of scrimmage and in the open field, big number 73 became the fifth Cavalier in history to have his number retired. The two-time Jacobs Trophy winner, recognizing the ACC's best blocker, Dombrowski, led Virginia to 3 straight winning seasons and the team's first big bowl game victory, a 27-24 triumph over Purdue in the 1984 Peach Bowl. Dombrowski was named to numerous All-American teams, including the Sporting News, the Football Writers Association, the AP, UPI, and Kodak All-American teams. He was selected in the first round of the 1986 NFL Draft by the New Orleans Saints and spent 11 seasons with the club. Dombrowski played in a club record 147 consecutive games and was inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame in 2003. He is also enshrined in the Virginia Cavalier Legends Walk at Scott Stadium. Coming up after the break.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Men's and women's soccer, volleyball, and field hockey were in competition this week. We have the game stories for you in our Olympic Sports Spotlight.
The Olympic Sports Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
I'm actually pleased with the way we played for the most part, especially the second half. We created enough chances to win the game. At least a goal in the first half and probably 2 in the second half. We made a little bit of a mistake on the goal, and they hung in there, dug in, and kept us off the board. And obviously, giving up the first goal was not great. But having said all that, I'm relatively pleased with the young team, with the chances that we created tonight. They didn't generate a whole lot of chances. I mean, they really didn't have a whole lot of chances other than the goal that they kind of manufactured, I call it. But I got to give them credit. They played very well, very organized. It's a young team, and I have to keep reminding myself to have patience. It's a athletic, it's an attack-oriented team, and we're creating chances. We're creating chances, and I think in the preseason we were scoring those goals. And when we come back here Sunday to play SMU, we'll finish those chances.
We're a little bit inexperienced in some ways. I think kind of tonight's game, the onus is on us to really create. Megan's one of our better players up front at holding the ball. She's a goal scorer, I mean, she can be, but she's also a good setup player, so I think we're going to need her. It was nice to see her get some goals tonight, and I think get some confidence in her. Last year, I think it took her a little while to get into the system and to learn some things, what we needed up top from her. I think this year she's got that now. It's just she's got to work a little harder to get her chances and create her chances. And I thought she did that in the second half. It was nice to see. I think Megan scored some good goals very quickly. And I think we can do that. I think we're the kind of team this year that can score goals in bunches. So that was good to see, certainly. The thing that we have to learn from this is, the longer we let a team hang around in a game, the more trouble it's going to be for us. And we really, for as many shots as we had, for as much possession as we had, for as much penetration as we had, the game was 1-0 until what? Midway through the second half. So we've got to do a better job of managing that part of the game.
Fortunately, we're blessed with having two wonderful leaders in our program. One is Shannon Davis. She is a fourth-year returner, and she's just what I call the obligate teammate. She understands the symbiosis necessary to be successful. Marlo Bruno is the other leader that we're expecting to contribute a lot and impact our team this year. Marlo's presence allows her to make other people around her better and more productive, and for her being in the setting position, she's, quote, the quarterback of our team. You know, we've been grinding away and we've been really productive in practice with what we're trying to get them to understand and some of the concepts we've been preaching. It's important for us to use these early season matches to have a practical application of training. It also gives us an opportunity early to assess where we are with our own development.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thank you for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. We'll be back next week with highlights from our game against Richmond, as well as plenty of other features and stories. But until then, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.